So what we're going to do now is we're just going to have a little interview with two very important people. One is John Roberts, who I'll ask to come forward. So John is the Director of Operations for Prince of Wales Hospital. In a moment you're going to learn about what that means. And the other person is Lucy Turnbull, who probably needs absolutely zero introduction at all for anyone. If you don't know who Lucy Turnbull is and you're under the age of 18, you can Google her later. I must be the only people who don't know who she is. So let me start by asking John to tell us a little bit about what being the Director of Operations means at a public teaching hospital like Prince of Wales.
Yeah, thanks. I think I'll be right without that. I see my most important role is to break down the bureaucracy and enable us to get on and deliver exceptional patient care and treatment to our patients and underpin that with fabulous research. And certainly, I see one of my challenges and one of the things that I want to do is how do I ignite a passion in every staff member to be part of that fantastic opportunity. And certainly it's great to come along today and do that. I deal with all those other boring things that have got to be done, from the ministerial complaints to all those things, ensuring that we have appropriate governance in place, and certainly look at, as I said, how we empower the staff to get on and deliver the great services that we need to do. And most importantly, we spend too much of our time looking at the past and the things that we can't do. We've got to start looking and planning for the future, and that's why I'm very proud to be part of the Bright Alliance, and I see it as a great opportunity of doing things differently into the future, and we'll certainly talk a little bit more about that, no doubt, as the afternoon goes on.
Great. John, can you tell us a little bit about why you think it's important for hospitals to work with universities whose job is around research and teaching? I mean, why is that important for a public hospital?
Yeah. Most public hospitals will say that research and teaching are core business along with the delivery of healthcare. And to a large extent, I see a lot of that has just been lip service and rhetoric. I see this as the opportunity as to how we're really going to turn that rhetoric into reality and really do things differently into the future around how we really integrate and do that. If we want to be part of delivering the latest treatments to our patients, access to the latest clinical trials, etc., we can only do that if it's underpinned with a great research ethos and integrated in the way that we do business on a day-to-day basis.
Well, I think a lot of students and researchers probably feel that hospitals are places where they're not particularly welcome, but in the audience I think we've got lots of students here who work in cancer research and students who aspire to actually be part of the cancer workforce into the future. So once again, as the Director of Operations of the hospital, how do you feel about these people at junior stages of their career being involved in a hospital?
The more the merrier. I think it's critical in terms of what we do, and I think we've got a world-class health system in Australia that we can all be very proud of in terms of what we're doing, but there is lots of challenges that we have. We have those great divides and buck passing that goes on between the state and the Commonwealth. We have the issues that go on between primary care and acute hospitals, and that the differences between education and research and clinical care delivery. This is, despite all those barriers, we've got to look at how do we actually get the system to integrate, come together as one homogenous being in terms of how we do things, despite all those barriers that are put there from different political and funding models, etc. So we've certainly got to, that's again part of my challenge and role. How do we get all those things changed to deliver what we need to do? But most importantly, we can only do that if we're really integrating researchers into the team. We have a great opportunity on the Randwick campus with things being co-located together, and we've really got to harness on that. And I think it's only through the people coming together and the power of people working together, the opportunities are endless in what we can achieve.
Thanks, John. So Lucy, you do amazing things in the community, and I think it's extraordinary that you've decided to help us, and you've already done a massive amount for us. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about what motivates you to get involved in such a cause.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm sorry for being with. I'm going to have a microphone too. Robin said that everybody knew who I was. I find that very hard to believe, but in the context of what we're doing today, I actually first got to know this hospital campus when my now 32-year-old son presented with quite serious asthma at the Sydney Kids Hospital, which was then called the Prince of Wales Children's Hospital. And so I got to know the hospital then, and it seemed to me it's a little bit like the Prince of Wales Hospital is today. It was this amazing institution with a very limited community of support around it. So I helped with the capital appeal back in the mid to late 90s, then I chaired the foundation for a few years, and then when I went into the town hall in Sydney, I had to kind of step back because all the meetings were on Monday afternoon and it was physically impossible to be in two places at once. And the Sydney Children's Hospital Foundation, as it now is, has become like it's a fundraising, if you like, in comparison to what you guys have here. It's like the fundraising gorilla in the room or the elephant on the campus. And so what I think is really important is for two things. I think that the Prince of Wales Hospital needs to have the community and the family of support and care, and as somebody who's quite close to me, Malcolm says, the love around it to actually support and help its task, not only the hospital but also the university. And I've seen cancer centres who purport to be integrated, but they're not really, because they don't form the bridges. There are silos between healthcare and patient care on the one hand and research on the other. So the fact that you're co-located, as you are with the university, isn't enough. You do need a kind of like a glue and a binding element, and I think that the Bright Lines is that glue and that binding element, so that you really do have, not just by word, as John said, not just in word, not just in a sort of empty rhetoric, say, but genuine collaboration, so that between the university and the hospital you have genuine integrated cancer care. And that is something of great promise, which has certainly not been done yet in Sydney, is my impression. I might be wrong, but not in my observation, it has not yet been done in Sydney. So this presents an opportunity for the university and the hospital to provide really integrated cancer care and research in a fairly common campus, not exactly common, but pretty close campus. So it's a fantastically exciting opportunity, and it's wonderful to see so many brilliant people in the room who are going to be a part of this important task. And I've said to Robin that I will chair the advisory committee of the Bright Lions to try to help achieve what it needs to achieve to reach its potential. Thank you.